What's up, guys? We are here at the Revolution 3 tournament. We are playing some Hearthstone. So we're just waiting for these guys to get into their match. So we got 5 people coming for the tournament today. So we're going to spectate the games as soon as these guys get on. Should be interesting. Alright, so we're going to spectate Matt versus Ian. Should be an interesting game. So this is 2 out of 3. They both got to ban one deck. I think Matt banned Druid. I'm guessing Ian banned Warrior. I'm not really sure. So we're looking at from Matt's perspective, and Matt playing an aggro Druid, right? Pretty aggressive. He kept Innervate and then Raven and Ravasar Runt, so he got a pretty crazy turn 1 here. Ian with the BM, the early BM. Matt playing that hand slow. Maybe he's playing around the removal. Personally, I think this matchup really you cannot play it slow. You just have to be as aggressive as possible. So he's got a Fledgling. He's playing an aggro Druid. This I think is actually a good matchup for Shaman. This is tough. Ian needs to answer the Fledgling now. Okay. So this is a big early start for him. I don't know why I don't see spectating, but I don't see. Why do I not see it from his perspective? It's interesting. Anyway. So Matt sending everything into the taunt because he wants to keep the Fledgling alive. And if he gets Wind Fury, this is pretty much game over. So there's Wind Fury. And hopefully if he gets Stealth or Divine Shield might help. There's a possibility that Ian slow plays into a Hex, which would be big because Matt really spent a lot of resources to keep the Fledgling alive. But that's one of the traps with aggro Druid. Like, you really your goal is to win the game before turn 6 or 7. So you have to play aggressive and you have to take risks. So if Ian hexes here, it's big for him. But if he doesn't hex, it's a huge missed opportunity. And it looks like it is going to be a missed opportunity because a Wind Fury Fledgling can just snowball and take the game over. So, like, Matt really doesn't even have to play creatures on the board at this point. I mean, you can just hero power, clear out the guy on the board, you can throw down the Corsair to get rid of the weapon, and then this is tough. This is a tough situation. Matt choosing to go straight for the face with everything. Stealth is huge here. Well, I mean, I guess you could take Poisonous since you want that second attack. Yeah. Wow, and still getting Stealth. That's huge. That's huge. Very huge. Like, Fledgling has to die, like, every turn. Like, you cannot let that guy stay on board. It's crazy. Maybe Ian just didn't have an answer for it. It's too bad. I don't know why we can't see Ian's hand. Maybe they all have to be playing on this network. I'm not sure. We're here at the Revolution 3 tournament. It's kind of one of those situations where, I mean, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like, the thing is hidden under stealth. Ian doesn't have Lightning Storm here. Like, that's the, I think if you're Matt right here, you go Mark of the Lotus and then hope that you can find another buff, because the 9-8 life. Yeah, look at that. Flaming Claws, put him at 1. So now, oh gosh, that's huge. It's tough. Can't answer that. That's the power of pledging, guys. That card gets crazy, man. Aggro Druid is the deck. Like, you see my videos, that deck can get wild. You know, tournament format is interesting too, because even though you know your opponent's classes, you don't know what decks he's playing, and you possibly did not bring the right decks for that tournament, right? So tournament formats is a lot different. I mean, it's interesting. You need to really play with matchups in mind. Like, you need to kind of figure out what you're gonna do. So we're gonna go watch it from Ian's point of view, since we already know that Matt is playing Aggro Druid. So Ian going with Discard Lock, which really doesn't, have a lot of power in the meta currently. It's kind of just a weaker deck, especially against a deck like Zoo or Druid, which just kind of does that better. Especially the quest is kind of a thing that doesn't really fit the playstyle of Discard Lock, because you want to get the board. The power of discard cards is, for a cheap mana cost, they give you a good stat line. But the only issue is you got to discard cards, right? So the problem with the quest is that on turn 1, you actually don't want to play the quest. You want to get on the board as quick as possible. That said, let's see what Ian does here. He goes with the Soulfire. And Malachezer's Imp. This Imp right here is a great card. A great addition to any discard deck. You definitely need that. That becomes a very strong draw engine, and Matt should make an effort to actually get rid of that. Oh, and it gets out another Fledgling Opener, so Ian really needs the answer now. And those are not the answers, so he's going to have to play that out. Man, I almost feel that Silverware Golem is maybe even the better answer, but this might be okay. Hopefully Ian doesn't get caught by like a Mark of the Wild or something. Because remember, Druid can have some crazy openers, So, let's see. I don't understand why I can't see Matt's cards. I thought if they're both on my friends list, I can see both of the decks, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Yeah, that's the play. The Fellhound is such a strong card. Like, undoubtedly, that's the right play by Ian right there. You have to stay with the deck if you win. Yeah. Matt wisely closing that game out because that's a difficult match. Like the big con on the board, you just can't get through it. And then Matt realizes like, hey, fucker dropped a huge taunt. So now we're gonna go to Matt. Well, both of these players last deck. That was a strong card. And that's one of aggro druid's toughest things to deal with is taunts, and that's a big ass taunt. A 3/8. Like not only does he lose his 3/3 fledgling, but he loses everything on his board, and even at that, he might not be able to clear it through. So now it looks like Matt is playing. I don't think it's Quest Rogue. This looks like it's Miracle Rogue. So Miracle Rogue versus discard, I would say that this is in Miracle Rogue's favor. Depending on how good of an opener Matt gets, and Matt looks like he got a pretty good opener here, because he can immediately build a board with his Swashbuckler, and then he can save his backstab for a turn 3 with SI7 Agent, and just resort to hero power and using his existing board to trade on turn 2. So Miracle Rogue does fight for the board well. It's a pretty good deck. And the Warlock Hero Flower kind of plays into the game plan of Miracle Rogue, because what it wants to do is just dig deep into the deck for a bunch of combo pieces to deal damage. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if Matt is playing. Wow. Honestly, this. I think this is a mistake by Matt. I honestly think he should have just played the Apothecary. Because now we look at the efficiency of the cards that he can play at this point, and yeah. Wait, was that 3 mana? I thought it was 2 mana. Okay, no, well, yeah, that's the right play. Fuck it. Oh, this might slow Ian down a little bit. And, if you're Matt, like, shit, you're okay taking 5 damage if that means developing a board with Sherazin. Sherazin is too fucking big. 5/3 stats is too big to ignore. Like, Matt wisely trading that out, and this is a good drop. Playing on curve. When all else fails, you should play on curve. That's a good decision by Matt. This is a very formidable board. Like, even if he's taking 5 damage from this Apothecary card, this card did really well for Matt. So. You know what? I'm not sure if that was the wise play for Ian. I almost rather prefer him killing Sherazin, because he wouldn't be able to combo creatures out without taking damage. So, chances are he's going to play slower. But I don't know, maybe Ian didn't feel like he had a hand that could deal with the 5/4. Like, this is tough. So right now, Matt is putting some great pressure on. And, he's got so much tempo. And this Discardlock is a deck that wants to fight for the board fairly. Like I use that word very uh, loosely because it wants to kill creatures on the board by using its creatures, and you can see that Matt has quite a bit of answers here. Mm. I kind of feel like Matt should have killed the Doom Guard. Because he has kind of played into Ian's plan, but wow, Matt's got a good hand. Backstab, Swashbuckler. Honestly, like, it might have been smarter to just use Sap and Phantom Knives. But either way, I mean, he's got a good board. He's got 5 potential damage on board. Looks like Matt might close this one out. Yeah. Oh, actually, Ian could have still been in that game. He could have Mortal Coiled and hit that and still been alive. I think. Did he throw away Mortal Coil? Anyway, so Matt takes that round. We're going to get more action.